I'm really confused here. Zapo disconnect? No, 22 drivers. Alright, people, be safe. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Zapo. Maybe he forgot to fuel up or something. He didn't get a penalty. Maybe he's doing a pit start to make things interesting for him. Try to do a last to first thing. Alright, I don't know what's more useful, drafting or swerving left and right to warm the tires up. DXD is a weapon in the Ferrari. Side. Yeah, I've done it on accident before. I just pit early and threw a shit ton of fuel in. But yeah, either he did that or he just wanted to not win by an entire minute. He was like a second a lap faster in second place in quali, so 60-minute race. He would finish probably 30 seconds ahead at minimum. Alright, we're getting bunched here. GT3 equivalent of a DRS train. Slowly I'll shift over to the left to draft. Oh, McLaren, come on. Not enough to claim the inside. Not enough for me to be comfortable claiming the inside. Only on lap 1, not trying to cause a wreck yet. I feel like I'll take a different line than everyone else there, and I don't know if it's faster or not. I don't see Zapo yet.
Pardon, mate, this has been your personal best.
Stick with him if I was the draft. That's a big disadvantage. 5 seconds ahead of 5th place. Grid is real split up. Alright, 0.6 by an outer known. Is that getting smaller? Yep. Still in the draft. Whoa! I'm like watching him mess up and it's messing me up. I wonder what happened to Ricard.
Sector 2. Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
He's in 6, okay. He's not far behind. He's got enough time to catch up if he hits open air. We're going to be close enough this time. Yeah, he's going to guard the inside. Knew what I was trying to do last lap. Yeah, once again, not confident enough to... Oh, losing downforce. Might get track limits there. He's throwing that thing in. I'm not sure when Roots are falling behind. I assume they're battling. Close enough to be battling. DXC nice game at hitting one. We're all hitting 155s. Guess once the track gets rubbered in. Might need to add 1 or 2 liters. Although, I mean, set up fuel as if I was doing 156s, so as long as I still average that, we'll be good. Alright, the exit of this. Probably the most important turn. This is the best passing opportunity. Come on. Yeah, it'd be good to have you out here, man.
Car on the right.
Ooh.
Clear on the right.
Shit. He set himself up well for that. But yeah, I mean, we will be able to. It's not like open GT3, but after the GT4 Sunday series is over, the next Sunday series is going to use GT3 cars. I haven't announced the specifics of that yet, but will be GT3 based. Gonna do a fun theme. swear, whatever mistake Outerno makes, I'm making the same exact one right behind him. Oh, that was a slow exit by me. I don't know how close you have to be distance-wise to really get the draft. I don't make mistakes. How are you typing? Are you doing like, you doing voice? You gotta be doing voice. That's really funny. That you're listening. Oh, I started losing it. Unlock shoe. Oh, Zapa's already moved up to 6th. Zapa's gonna come out of nowhere and just pass everyone. Going deep there. Alright, decent exit. Closer than we were last lap by a 10th. This is hysterical. I'm being taunted by the driver ahead. Who's gonna mess up from doing that shit. Oh, I got the draft now after that. Once again, every mistake he's making, I'm same exact thing. Alright, Zapa's got past unlock shoe. He's only 9.3 behind us. Oh, I turned late. How does it not slow you down more than it slows me down? That's hysterical. That's actually gonna work for you too, you bastard. You're gonna give me the inside this time after what happened last time?
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, we're going wide. No!
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Driving like shit.
the left. Clear on the left.
Dude, you know how sketchy the pit is going to be? Oh, God, you got a good run
Car
up
on
there.
the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Ooh, that looked bad. Better hope it doesn't count as you cutting a corner. Oh, you got a drive through. Wow. Probably should have slowed down. Yeah, the Lexus is solid. Hopefully you practice pit too, because it's a weird pit entrance. Pretty short pit though. I looked to throw it on. Yeah, I think it's just because you got so far ahead of me. I don't know. Whoa, my God. Bottomed out there. I'm gonna need you to catch back up to me because I'm gonna be in kind of in no man's land until Zafa catches, which is gonna be in like one lap. Oh yeah, you got 1 or 2 more laps, right? I wouldn't risk it. Zafa got disqualified, thinking he had 1 more lap. Serve his. Zafa's gonna be in my rear view any minute now.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I got disoriented on where I was. I thought we were in the braking zone. Better than getting in an accident. Oh, there's Zafa. Yeah, Lexus sounds great. Probably one of my favorite sounding cars in the game, to be honest. I think the Lamborghini and Audi take it by just a smidge, but other than that. Alright, Zafa, I'm not really going to defend much against you. Because I kind of want to see if you can catch the leaders. Oh. Yeah, no. Wouldn't really be able to hold you back the whole race. But not gonna get out of your way either. Just not gonna defend too hard. You would have. I mean, yeah, that would have been dumb. I guess at least there's 39 minutes left in the race, so you wouldn't have been like you pit super early, but you would have had to go out of the pits and then do your drive-through after that. Oh. Shit, we're going wide. All right, Zapa, there you go, bud. Maybe I can learn a thing or two here. Get good is what I'm learning. Spit of flame from that McLaren up there. I love the glare on the windshield in this game, or the windshield's dirty. It gets dirtier as the race goes on. Might get track limits there. Alright, aiming to pit around the 30-minute mark. Unless we hit traffic or something earlier than that. I'm at least setting my fastest lap of the race following him. Fastest lap on this track, actually, that I've set, I think. At least in this car. Up until the end there. Lost it all. I wonder if I put ABS on 3. Be careful on the throttle. Could bump TC up to 4, but alright, outer known only dropped down to 8 after a drive-through. DXD knocked out his pit and is down into 7th. We'll see if outer known gets past him on the straight. But he did an early pit stop. I didn't see if he got passed by Ice Gaming before that or. Outerknown's times it right, he might be able to get past some people while they're pitting. So the game does.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 3.
in your stats, you can see it'll tell you what your best time is on that track, and it'll tell you what car you were in when you used it, or when you did that lap. Now I haven't looked at it in a long time. I don't know if it still works now that the game's on Series X and S. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't, but because what's good about that is you can look at it, you know, there's the 2018 BOP, 2019, and 2020 BOP, so it'll tell you, like, you can choose a 2020 version of the track, so you know you're not, if a certain car is, say the Lamborghini at 2019 BOPs, you know, was the fastest car ever on a track, and all the 2020 cars are slower, you can see that. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a warning, because I got the last time I did this track in a league race, I think I got 2 or 3. I'm wondering if your drive-through is because that was your 3rd warning, or if that was just from, I thought you cut the corner. Because I think after you get a drive-through, I don't think you get 3 more warnings. I think it'll like just give you another drive-through. But I guess if you're saying you got a warning after the drive-through, then should be good. All right, I got enough fuel for 2 laps. Which will put us at just under 30 minutes. Yeah, so when it says like Donington 2020, that means the track is going to be the 2020 BOP. It's sort of the track that decides it, not the car you pick. So if you pick, say, the 2020 Ferrari and race it on 2018 BOP, I think it'll be different slightly. Now most leagues at this point just run the 2020 versions of all tracks. That's what we do. So that's why when you're in the stats, you'll see like Silverstone 2018, 2019, 2020. It's just whatever BOP version it was. And it's the track that decides that, not the car you pick. Yeah, because now, I mean, on PC it launched like 2018 BOP originally, and then they added 2019 and 2020 later. The console version launched with the 2018 and 2019 BOP, and then they added 2020 later with Imola. I think it was Imola, the 2020 Ferrari, and the 2020 Mercedes. And I want to say the tires, I don't know if it's all 4 different or if it's like after 2018 it changed, but I think the tire compound like changed in real life a little bit, so that's also part of it depending on which version of the track you choose.
Watch out for fuel, prepare to come in.
I could be incorrect on that, but I'm pretty sure I remember reading that. Alright, so Zepa hasn't like just left us completely in the dust. I actually don't know if he's going to catch. That I don't know. They've said on PC they're doing the 2023 cars. I don't know. I don't think they've announced a release date on that yet. But yeah, console, our next update, the big update, I think is supposed to be version 1.8, so we'll get whatever physics changes and most of the features and stuff that PC got when they went to that version. I think some of the physics modeling changed. I don't know if it's tire physics or suspension physics, or if it's also a new BOP. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I I know like all the Coach Dave Academy and stuff, they made new setups for version 1.8. So, and I think on average your lap times will be a tiny bit slower, like same car, same track. Now the Series X and S version was originally supposed to launch on 1.8, but they've delayed it, and I'm hoping it's because they're putting a shit ton of work into it, and that's why it's not really polished right now. Alright, I need to pit here. I love that pit entry. It's so easy. You know right where the speed board is. But yeah, because they've said they've revamped kind of the back end of this game so they can do hot fixes quicker. So like just the other day, there was one quick hot fix for rear view mirror quality. And it was like 400 megabytes, which they've never done that on console before. So hoping they're just doing a ton of behind the scenes work. All right, that seemed like a good stop, right? Oh, what? Come on. Yeah, that's I don't know exactly what it changes, but I don't know. Seeing your GT4 pace, your GT4, I think it'll be probably upper mid pack in GT3. I would say. Shit, I need to be ready to start the car. I was about to.
Mandatory stop is now clear. Come on, let's go.
Alright. Nobody's coming down the straight, so we're not going to get rear-ended. Alright, tires are 1 PSI higher. Hopefully that works out well. Looking like a guaranteed 4th place, unless I crash. Yeah, I really like the I do like the lighting in this game. I don't like the foliage textures and the pop-in, as you can see going down the straight. Pretty bad, but as far as the actual lighting, and this game doesn't even have HDR. I wish they would add HDR support. That was a 360 version, and you ran it on the Xbox Series X, or not 360, the Xbox One version, and you ran it on the Series X. It did the like auto HDR stuff, which looks good. Now that it's a Series X native game, it doesn't have it.
Slow car ahead.
Oop, is that Zappa or is that Axilla? Or is that just someone going into the pit lane and the game doesn't understand that? Alright, let's make sure no one's coming out of the pits. Doesn't look like anyone's in the pits. Alright, we have, whether it was rage quits, disconnects, game crashes, we have lost 3 drivers. Might even be one of all 3 of those things. Even if you disconnect, it's better to rejoin back, because it will remember where you left off. You'll have to start in the pits and you'll be a couple laps down, but it does, if you don't finish, you don't get points. You know, and even if you finish in dead last, you still get some points that can make a difference later on, so. We lost to the guillotine. I don't think I've seen any other penalties, so Zappa's doing his pit stop. Ooh, that felt good right there. Love nailing that turn. Come to like this McLaren through this season. It's one I've been wanting to use for a while because I love the look of it. It's probably my favorite looking one, actually. But I was always slower in it than a lot of the other cars. And now that I've learned it kind of has, it's just more stable than a lot of the other cars, so you can carry more speed through the turns once you like learn how to drive it. Pretty quick in it. Yeah, no force feedback. I can understand. Especially, it's like one of those things where if you played this game and only ever played this game without force feedback, like, you'd be used to it, then suddenly, like, having it taken away is more noticeable. And that's how I describe, obviously not to the same degree, but the, like, butt kicker transducer thing I have under the seat that does the, like, rumble and shit. When I first got it, it's like, you know, you turn it way too high because you're like, oh yeah, I want to notice it. Then you realize it's a little overboard, and so you turn it down to something more subtle, and you're like, oh, if you think about it, you notice it, but when you're driving, you don't really think about it. But I immediately notice it if I forget to turn it on, and I'm driving. It's like something just feels off, and then I'll be like, oh shit, butt kicker it on.
There's a slow car up ahead.
Slow car up ahead. Who would that be? Exoa, I commend you, sir, for using a 911 on this track. It is a sketchy track to use that car on.
Clear on the left.
And I apologize for subjecting you to this. But yeah, that sunset makes a difference. I think the next race, I want to say it's Zandvoort, and it's like early morning, like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. So it might be kind of similar, just the opposite. Or we're doing a like cloudy track, I can't remember. This is race 4, so there's 3 races after this. You know, one good thing about this track is the long straight. I can read the chat so easily.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Took this left and I saw like a minute. Yeah, that's true. Always nice to have like a reference. And 5th gear, turn in. So do you know what's like when you're losing force feedback? I can't remember. Are you using the TMX for that race? Because I know the TMX has that issue. It's just this game. But I was going to say with the TX, do you know what's wrong with the TX? I know you bought it like super cheap and kind of fixing it up. 19 minutes. I'm gonna hit a bump and the wheel's just gonna launch me into a wall. Shit. You have the fan in the always on mode. I know I pretty much always had to do that when I used to use the TX. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, I wonder. Mine like went out of calibration one time, and I had to do like a sort of like a recovery, I guess, of it. But it was something that realigned the motor. Now, granted, this was because mine was like going off center. But I remember some other people. There's some issue with like a magnet. There's like a magnet that helps the motors like center or something. And other people were saying like if that was messed up, like the little plastic piece that it holds it can crack and like flex and shit. And I think some people were saying that could also cause loss of force feedback, but that was years ago. I don't remember the exact details. But I think all those people did was just like super glue the plastic piece back together. Yeah, I had my TX. I think I got it 2015 and had it until like 2020. I sold it to a friend. And at that point, like the force feedback would fade. In long races, it wouldn't completely just disappear though. It would just kind of get like weaker. And so I was like, all right, I kind of want to upgrade wheel, and so I sold it to a friend who just uses it like very casually. They play mostly PC games and like RPGs and stuff, but will occasionally hop in a set of courses. So actually, I think I just traded it to him. I think I traded him that wheelbase for that computer monitor that's back there. I just needed a shitty 1080p monitor to have a second screen. I think we just traded. Yeah, see that might be what I was reading. Because I think it's like a sensor with a magnet. It's somehow kind of helps the motor orient itself. Yeah, I can say I've had this wheel 2 years, just over 2 years now, and the only big issue, or not big issue, the only issue that is like noticeable is the fan is super loud, and I looked it up. Apparently, it's fairly common. It's like there's just like a tiny bit of room for the fan to kind of rock,
the car in front
and
of
it
sector
just
3.
rattles. Like I thought my wheel was broken or breaking, and looked it up, and it's pretty common, and that's all it is. So I got headphones on when I race anyway. So. But other than that, like I've never had force feedback drop in this thing. This thing always stays cool. So if you ever end up like finding a super cheap one, I can recommend it. Yeah, well, it's less the fan itself, because there's two fans. So there's a fan in the motor, and then there's a fan in the back. Because I've taken the lid off, because that's what I thought it was the fan in the back. But it's actually the fan inside the motor that makes it, and it's like you basically have to take the case of the motor apart.
Car on the right.
And I'm
Clear on the right.
kind of mechanically inclined, but not that much. If it was a normal fan, yeah, I would have just figured out either replace it or figure out what it was rocking against. But it's inside the motor. I think they put the fan inside the motor to make it where the force feedback wouldn't fade. Barry Rowland would do it. Barry Rowland is the man. Oh, sorry, gun dog. A little sketchy
Car
on
on
my
the
part.
left. Clear on the left.
Yeah. Barry Rowland is like, yeah, I just got this $2,000 piece of equipment, and I'm just gonna immediately undo everything on it, rip it apart, and put it back together. All while having like the perfect broadcast radio voice. Alright, my rear tires are definitely not the happiest they've ever been. It's just funny because he'll be like, yeah, you know, I got this rig, it's real expensive, and you know, it doesn't have the bolt pattern for my shifter or whatever, so yeah, I'll just drill new holes and weld a bracket onto it and all this shit. And I'm like, I can drill a hole into it, but I prefer not to. I did have to do that for my Wheel Stand Pro. Bought like a metal plate to reinforce the pedal, and had to drill holes for that, and that was fun doing that with no coolant for the drill. Upstairs neighbors probably hated me. Forgot you can't change the livery on the Lexus. I thought I just
Car on the left.
about to lap out her
Clear on the
now.
left.
En masse. Yeah, the Wheel Stand Pro, in my opinion, it's not the most stable wheel stands. Right, like I know the one Outer Known uses is infinitely more, not infinitely, but it's a good bit more stable. But that thing is so reinforced and heavy. He has like the Next Level Racing one. It's so reinforced and heavy that if you're gonna want to actually like fold it up and put it away, it's way too heavy. The Wheel Stand Pro with my Thrustmaster ship bolted onto it, like, yeah, it's heavy, but it's not like completely obnoxious to have to do. Yeah, that's pretty much, you know, if you're a single or you have like a room, you know, like a game room or something, then it's definitely better than the Wheel Stand Pro. But the Wheel Stand Pro is enough to get the job done. And then I used an office chair with lockable casters, and I'm fortunate to be able to have office/game room. So once I moved here, I went straight from a Wheel Stand Pro to this thing, and
Falling behind to the car in front in sector 3.
like,
The car is exiting the pits, watch out.
it's definitely much more stable, but it's not like it transforms your lap
Car on
times.
the right. Clear on the right.
Master, that might have been a little sketchy of me. I'm sorry, bud. Nice. But yeah, no, when I got this wheelbase, you could only get it with the pedals and the Sparko rim. And I just sold the pedals. I was going to sell the rim, but then when I used it, I was like, damn, this rim's pretty sweet, so I kept it. But I know now you can get just this wheelbase on its own. So you can use the same like rim and everything you already have. I mean, another option, I will say, I guess it depends on if you need the rig to like go into a closet, or if it just needs to like go out of the way in a corner of a room. You probably could do one of the slider, smaller aluminum rigs, like the, forget SimLab, forget what it's called. Not like the full size one, but one of the smaller ones. And you can put just casters on it. You can buy casters, so that way you can just roll it out of the way. I want to say it's SimLab GT1 or something like that. But they're not that much more than like a good wheel stand. But then you'd be future-proofing yourself. But again, that's, you know, if you can just leave it in the corner of a room. If it's got to be put away, obviously it's not going to work. Yeah. Yeah, then Wheel Stand Pro, like I said, I had it for a while, and it did the job. Did the job for sure. And they even have, you can buy like a shifter attachment for it too, if you end up wanting to use a shifter. Right. Alright, Frigio, we are going to... I'm going to let you know we're going on the inside here.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, he's going to give us the outside line. Thank you, sir. Alright, exactly 5 minutes left in the race. We're in third somehow. I don't know when that happened. Did Zapa get disconnected or somehow a lap ahead of him? We're back up to 20 drivers. I wonder if he was one that got disconnected. I don't think so, though. Alright, got enough fuel.
The car in front in sector 3.
What's everybody else doing? Outer Known's got back up to 5th. Even after a drive-through. That's pretty wild. Him and Roodster are going to be battling. Roodster must have taken damage at some point. Is he qualified up there with us? Gear, turn in. Oh, it's Soda that's in 20th, so he must have got disconnected or something. That sucks, because he qualified like 6th or 7th, I think. Alright. Are these guys racing? No, they're not. Okay. Feel kind of bad. Freaky, you didn't have to slow down and let me by, dude. I just realized I split you and Emery. I got 20 seconds to another driver that's faster than me, so I don't think I'm going to catch him. Just trying to survive.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Sapo must have disconnected or gotten a big incident and had to repair or something. He's the only reason I'm going to be in the lead of this season. Because last race was his fault. He got a penalty and didn't know and didn't do it. But if he got disconnected this race, I feel bad for him.
Clear on the right.
Because he definitely, depending on my attendance or if I get any crashes or anything, he could have rolled me back in. Now, to be fair, I did get a disconnect in round 2 at Monza. So I guess really we'd be even there.
Leaders on final lap now.
So I want to say it's Blue Wolf that's ahead right now. I don't even see him on here. I want to say this was his first race without the driving line. Oh, he's in 11th. Okay. Which this is a tricky track to do without the line if you don't know where you're going. All right, last lap. Knew a podium would be a possibility this race, but was definitely not expecting one. Whoa. Yeah, I would recommend to do it off, just because I feel like with it on, and I say this as someone who always on Forza used the line. I find you tend to focus more on the line than on actual like reference points and things like that. And I think you truly learn the track when you do it without line. And I just watch track guides and shit to get like kind of pick a reference point and be like, you know, okay, this person says to brake here, let me try that. And then, you know, felt like it was too early or too late, I'd adjust the next lap and kind of learn one lap at a time. Because I feel like when you don't use the line, like when you're doing side by side through a turn, you know, in a line that you would never use normally, you sort of know how much you need to slow down and all that because you sort of know the track as opposed to waiting to see what the line tells you. But if you don't know a track period, then yeah, going into a race with other people, definitely better to leave it on just so you're not rear-ending people. Or if it's like Forza, you know, sometimes just brake a tiny bit later than it tells you to brake and you can get away with it. Alright. Oh shit. Third place after qualifying 6th. Let me snag some photos. I know it's not completely over yet, but alright, who came in 20th? Soda did, okay. Yeah, Soda's plus 9 laps. He must have got disconnected. Zape isn't plus any... Oh, he's like plus 2 laps, so... Yeah, I wonder what happened to him. Alright, please nobody leave. I say it every race, but there's always one person who leaves before we finish. Smitty and Bulldozer, are they battling for the lead? They might be or not for the lead, but battling for position. I think they are. Because once they cross, the actual times and shit will be accurate. So I need that for in case we have any incident reports and get any penalties. Alright. Soda, no, okay, so that didn't change. Alright. Appreciate it, man. That was unexpected, but well, damn, Outer Known caught back up to unlock shoe, so really he didn't lose a place because I would have passed him anyway. It's pretty impressive though, getting a drive through and getting basically right back up to where you were. Yeah, so that is that race. Tomorrow I'm doing the last of the, what was it called? Mystery Car Cup with IXR, where they randomly choose a car each week. And this week we're doing the Jag, the like 2015 or 2012 Jag, some ridiculous car, and it's in the rain on Monza, so that's going to be fun/torture. And then our first round of GT4 Sundays starts tomorrow, an hour later than this race started. So, in the Aston GT4. Ooh, the Jag. Yeah, the Jag, dude, that thing in the rain too. I had to modify a ton of it, but everyone's going to be in the same boat, so it'll be fun. But yeah, GT4 will be fun. We're on Zandvoort. I'm actually going to set the server up for that right after we all leave this.
Green light, go, go, go.
But, yeah, so tune in for that. WRX, enjoy your anniversary tomorrow, man. Congrats again. And thanks to everybody who showed up. We had a good turnout today, and it seemed like a lot of people were close. So feel like we get a couple first timers each race, so it's good to see people coming out and trying the league thing. It's the fastest way to learn to get good, in my opinion. People help you out, and you kind of, I don't know, just being in a real setting with real people, I think is better than AI. So, and definitely better than Publix. But yep, take it easy, man. Everybody else, thank you for watching and tuning in. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, and so yeah, see you guys later.